Hey guys, it's Casey, and today I thought I'd talk about something that might actually teach someone something. So recently I went to this thing called the DECA Business Competition, and after we had competed with other schools in like business related challenges and stuff, we had a lot of guest speakers come in, and they taught us a lot of stuff about networking and making yourself more employable. So I thought I'd relay that back to you because it's not one of the things they teach in school, and it really should be. At my school, they briefly went over things like how to fill out a job application and how to write a resume in a class they called Career Studies, and it was about a half a credit. It was only for half the semester. I don't think there's an American equivalent, and if there is, it's probably about the same as ours, which was not that informative. And it didn't teach you any ways to make yourself more attractive to an employer, how to act around the employer, how to present yourself, which is like the most important thing when you're trying to get a job. So anyway, at this business conference I went to, one of the guest speakers, I believe it was Walter Sensick, probably said that wrong, I'll link you to his Twitter, he said a bunch of stuff about how we could market ourselves to an employer, how we could present ourselves in a creative way to make people notice us, because he said that when he was hiring for his company, one of the people who was standing out was a girl who made a video resume. And that's not something that you would automatically think of doing, but she had, she interviewed her coworkers and her previous employer and her family and stuff, and got them to say things about her credibility and her work skills and her experience and stuff, and she made a resume into a video and handed it to him on a flash drive. And he said that she was a standout when he was hiring because she did something that no one else did. She made herself noticed. And getting noticed is like #1. So get creative with your resume. I mean, it's always good to have a paper backup for old school employers, but if you really want to stand out, why not do something that no one else is doing yet? Social networking is also really important, and it might be time to clean up your online reputation a little bit. If there's things on your Facebook or your Twitter or your Tumblr that you don't want your future employers to see, untag yourself or delete them, or better yet, just don't upload them at all, because employers nowadays Google you before they hire you, and it's not a good idea to have pictures of yourselves drinking or smoking or, you know, lying half naked on top of somebody. I don't know what you're doing, but if you don't think that it makes you look professional, don't put it out there. Max your privacy settings where applicable, and then get one of your friends or your family members to Google you and hunt down anything you might have missed. If there's one thing I know about people in general, is that if they're looking for something, they will find it if it's out there to find, honestly. A bad online reputation can follow you for life, so make sure you're not posting anything that could be seen as inappropriate. A site that you should consider signing up for is called LinkedIn. It's like a professional website where you can post basically your resume and your work experience and your volunteer experience. And if employers Google you, it's always good to have like a professional profile online. It's also a good place to find job opportunities and network with other professionals. Yeah, I just called you a professional. Your aim is to make you look professional, and that often means dressing up for an interview, or if you're doing a video resume, in the video. That could mean wearing something like what I'm wearing, which is, you know, nice button down, kind of schoolgirly, or for boys, you know, button down a tie, maybe a skirt for girls, or a dress if you're feeling dressy or if it's really hot out, or dress pants if it's in the winter or the fall and you feel that that's appropriate. Also, try to cover up the cleavage. It's not an asset when you're doing an interview, believe me. Jeans can be okay as long as they're not super skin tight or ripped up and they're like nice jeans. Make sure you put some kind of effort into your appearance when you're talking to a future employer. One thing that's really attractive to employers is experience. Now that could be things like schooling or like an internship or a cooperative education course you took, but it also could mean volunteer work. Volunteer work shows that you're willing to put in the effort to gain experience. It shows that you care about your community and you care about other people, and that's always an attractive thing in an employer, right? Volunteering is a great way to gain skills and experience and meet people, which is always important when you're trying to find a job, because networking, making the connections between people and what they do, is always a good way to find yourself the opportunities to apply for jobs. Sometimes you wouldn't even know that they were hiring unless you knew someone who knew that they were hiring. So, like, talk to people. This means not being shy. Don't worry about being too forward, okay? No one's gonna get mad at you for asking them out to lunch or, you know, coffee, or sitting down talking to them and getting to know them and what they do. Being able to talk to people confidently is a great way to make yourself more employable. So be confident and be honest, especially on job applications. Don't make yourself out to be something that you're not. Employers will pick out your lies and your exaggerations, and they'll make you look like an idiot. If you say that you speak 3 languages, you'd better be able to answer all their questions in all 3. If you say that you speak German, and then they start speaking in German and you have no idea what they're saying or what they're asking you, you're going to be screwed. It's always a good idea to say something like fluent in French and English and learning German, or passable in German, or with a rudimentary knowledge of German. They're not going to get mad at you for saying that you're learning something or that you're in the process of becoming fluent, but if you kind of claim that you're already fluent and you're not, they're going to catch you on it. I'll let you in on a hint. Confidence, enthusiasm, self-esteem, and the way that you present yourself is often more important than the kind of things you write in your resume. They're going to notice. Make yourself stand out. Last but not least, steel yourself for rejection. Always end an interview with a smile and a handshake, even if you think they're not going to hire you. Also, don't go around dissing the people that didn't hire you or said they were going in a different direction, or especially your former bosses and companies that you've worked for, because even if they fired you, that's going to get you a bad reputation of being rude or bitter, or someone who can't be trusted to keep their mouth shut about company secrets. And that's not something you want on your plate. With the job market as competitive as it is right now, you need every advantage you can get. Make yourself professional. That's the only tip that really matters.